Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. My name's Caleb, I'm the Furniture Cowboy. My wife and I have created a business flipping furniture here in Austin, Texas. So if you'd like to follow us along on our journey, learn something along with us, and see some cool flips, be sure to subscribe, click that notification bell so that you can know when we upload. For today's video, we are doing our second commission piece. This is one that we're doing for Nude Wax Salon here in Austin, Texas. They needed a piece where they could have some drawer space to store wax supplies, as well as a quality finish on the top that could withstand some hot wax. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So we found this piece on Facebook Marketplace, this 9-drawer dresser. It was in really good shape. It did have one spot, as you can see on the bottom left, that we'll get to in just a little bit. But other than that, fantastic condition. And as always, we're gonna go in and remove all the hardware and give it a good clean with our go-to Simple Green diluted in a little bit of water. Yuck, take a look at that rag. Blech. So we let the Simple Green sit on there for just a little bit, wipe that off, and then spray it once again with some water, and then wipe that off just to ensure there's no harsh chemicals or anything on any surfaces before we get started. So in this video, you guys are going to get to see us use Stripper for the first time. I'm gonna really do my best to bite my tongue this video and not make any stripper jokes. I'm gonna limit it to just one or two. But for this project, we decided to use Citristrip, and we actually, believe it or not, did a fair bit of research before picking a stripper. This one definitely has its pros and cons, just like stripping as an occupation. Also has its pros and cons. The pros of Citristrip: definitely not as harsh of a smell, not as harsh of chemicals, and really that's just about it. We'll get into the cons in just a little bit. For now, we go ahead and liberally apply as much Citristrip as we can to really coat those surfaces, and we go in with our Bondo like putty scraper and just pretty much get it everywhere. I've made a lot of bad decisions in my day, and even on this channel I've made some bad decisions. One of those was definitely not wearing gloves for 90% of the time I was doing this. You'll see me put them on when we're basically done with the front of the dresser. My wife finally convinced me to put some on. I thought since the chemicals weren't so harsh compared to other strippers, it would be fine, but it definitely did burn my hands a little, and it even ate through the gloves. So definitely still some harsh stuff. Don't be stupid like me. We're only born with 2 hands, and it's pretty tough to get more hands. So be smart with the ones you've got. I feel like I've done a lot of talking already, so I'll sit back and let you guys watch us spread some goop. I will jump in for just a second just to say that if I could go back in time, one more thing I would have done was definitely tape around the edges of the drawers. We ended up almost ruining the velvet in those top 3 drawers that it came with, and it was just a huge mess to clean up. Also, fun fact, when I was recording the audio for this video, I recorded it all with my mic muted, and so I got to redo it. Fun stuff. So I guess I have no excuse for it to not be good this time. So we finally get everything gooped up with a solid layer on there, and it's time to scrape. I would like to say one more thing that we should have done differently. We got a friend on our Instagram actually reached out to us and told us that it's a really good idea to use saran wrap when you're using stripper because it prevents it from drying, and once it's dry, it's basically stopped working. So that's a good way to just help it keep working longer and penetrating deeper into the wood. As we get to scraping, I would love to say that this part was super satisfying. And actually it was. Scooping the black sludge into hot dog trays was definitely fun. A bit messy, but the stripper for me just left much to be desired. It just didn't do as good of a job as we were hoping. And maybe it was user error, maybe it was, just the wrong stripper for the job. Maybe we should have used something harsher. Either way, definitely didn't leave us with what we were hoping for. I thought it would leave us with a bare wood look. Maybe that was not really realistic. But hey, you live and you learn. So finally, we are rounding the corner on scraping all of this off. We worked well into the evening, as you can see, and we ended up actually having to bring out our ring light so that we could finish things up, but we finally got it scraped off. Basically, at this point, we had the choice of either going back in with the stripper, doing another layer and hoping it, does a better job, gets the rest off, or we go in with a sander. I was heavily against the first option, so sander it was. One thing I really should have done before sanding was go in with some steel wool and mineral spirits and just give everything a nice wipe down with the mineral spirits, just to get off any excess goop or sludginess, because it really did a great job of jamming up my sander and wasting a bunch of sand pads. So actually, seeing it in the daytime, it did do a pretty good job on some spots. You can see some bare wood peeking through, but there are some other spots that obviously it didn't do a great job on. Not a huge deal. Sanding is super therapeutic for me, and it's pretty satisfying to watch, so I'll let you guys enjoy the show. Ooh, check out those Calvin Kleins. Just showing those off in case it's St. Patrick's Day, because I have no idea when St. Patrick's Day is. Here we are pulling out the mineral spirits. Totally missing the point of having mineral spirits when you're stripping furniture, but hey, better late than never. At some point we wood filled that bottom left corner that you saw had some damage. I'm not sure if we got that on camera. I may have just missed it when I was looking through the clips. So if you got to see it, that's great. If not, just know that we wood filled it. As we're done sanding here and we're ready to stain, we do want to do a little something to that top little lip and the bottom lip as well. So we're gonna go ahead and tape everything off and give it a little character with some gold spray paint. After we've sprayed those two parts gold, we do a little bit of last minute sanding on some spots that we missed. And then it is time for my favorite part of the video, bringing that wood grain to life. We're gonna go in with some pre-stain just so that all of the stain applies evenly, and then we will get started with it. So once the pre-stain is fully dried, we're gonna go in with our stains that we're doing for this piece. We're gonna be doing two stains by Varathane. The first one is Colonial Maple, and the second one is Gunstock. So we thought that those two stains would give us a great look for this piece, the perfect orange color that we were looking for. Once those stains settle, we're going to go ahead and do 3 or 4, I think we did 4 coats of poly on this piece. We actually even considered doing like a layer of resin, epoxy resin on the top, but we did some research and we decided that would be overkill. So 4 coats of poly, 3 or 4 coats of poly will do it. Last but not least, we're going to be updating those hardware. So we lay them all out, give them a nice clean, and then we're going in with the same color we used for the body. It is actually called Satin Bronze by Rust-Oleum. So we get those hardware matching those stripes on the body of the dresser, and we load it up in the car. We didn't even take any after pictures. We waited until we were at Nude Wax Salon, took those after shots, and man, this thing came out great. If you guys liked this video, be sure to give it a like. That's what the button is for. Be sure to subscribe. You guys are awesome. Thank you for making it this far with me in this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.